me ask you all this question, and maybe you guys can answer it in the comment section below. But why is it that Christian kids or white kids are forced to go into mosques and learn about Islam, and the young girls are forced to wear a hijab? Why is it that Christian kids or white kids, I should say, are forced to do all that, but you can't take a Muslim kid into a church or, say, a Christian school, for example, and you're not allowed to talk to them about Jesus? You're not allowed to talk to them about the real God, I should say. You can't do anything like that. Why is it that we have to try and embrace and be indoctrinated by their religion, but yet they can't learn about ours? They're like, we have to pray to their God, Allah, but yet they can't pray to the real God. It's very interesting, isn't it? But this is going on in schools all around Western countries, especially in England, the UK. This is a UK school, a primary school. Pupils have been forced to take a trip to a mosque and learn about Islam and the Quran. Little girls have been forced to wear a hijab. This is what we consider to be actual abuse. Why is this even part of the school curriculum? Some of you may be even wondering. I don't know personally, but really? What has this got to do with real information that kids need to actually know? If they really want to learn the heart of Islam, let's teach them about the heart of Islam, not what these imams and preachers are saying because they're wolves in sheep's clothing. Let's actually teach kids what Islam is about, especially the young women. See if they would love to be subjugated. See if they would love to be covered head to toe. And same for the boys. If they want to pray, they need to be covered from their belly button down to their feet. They can't have anything showing. And if they want to pray, they have to do it bowing down and facing a certain direction. Why is it, ladies and gentlemen, that you only get a sliver of what Islam is really about, and they're teaching it to young kids and not the actual truth? You know why? They want to be known as peaceful. What's interesting to me is, we'll give these people a little bit of a chance when they're a kid, okay? We'll come after them when they're a kid. This is how you instill Sharia, okay? You come after them when they're a little kid. We'll give them a chance to convert to Islam. And we will remember any child that didn't convert to Islam. I can only imagine that if they were to walk into that mosque, they may have to let the imam or whoever else know their name, but even the school knows. The school knows that's taking these kids to the mosque, especially in the local community. The school knows who that child is, and if that child doesn't want to convert to Islam, the school will take note. You think they're dumb? They're not dumb. They know who converts and who doesn't. Same way Christians know who converts and who doesn't. We're not dumb. So aren't Muslims as well, especially when it comes to their false doctrine, their false religion. They want people to convert. So this is how they do it. They start them when they're really young. This is more indoctrination. Try taking a Muslim kid to a church, see how the parents act. You'll be in a lot of trouble, man. How dare you take my Muslim kid to church and try and convert him? Child abuse, forcing them to succumb to Islam. Shame on these woke leftist teachers who did this. Seemingly watching a white kid or even a white girl pray like this is actually disgusting. This is not education. This is forced indoctrination, and it's happening in England, in English schools, to English children, It's also happening here in Australia. I made a video about it the other day. You can go and check it out if you haven't already. Kids are being forced to go to schools that indoctrinate them with Islam. Forcing primary school pupils to visit a mosque, read the Quran, and wear Islamic dress is nothing less than a cultural submission dressed up as diversity education. No Muslim majority country forces their children to visit churches, read the Bible, or wear Christian symbols. No other culture on earth demands traditions be imposed on others like this. Only Islam, and only in countries foolish enough to tolerate it, because you've got people, leaders in education, they infiltrate it, they manipulate it to suit their own political or ideological agenda. It's like, if you want to take your child to a Catholic school, you can. And we'll teach your child about Catholicism. Same thing if you want to take your child to a Christian school. You can do that. But why is it that you've got public schools, for example, that are taking kids to mosques when parents more than likely don't want? I wonder if the parents even knew about this. Imagine the English child coming home and saying to their parent, guess where we went to? We went to a mosque. You did what? We prayed to Allah. You did what now? We wore a hijab. This is diversity education, mum and dad. Man, if I was a parent, I would let this school know. Hell no. Doing this behind parents' backs, most likely. Masking it as diversity education, we really know that it's forced indoctrination, and Christians don't do this. In fact, if you want to attend the Christian school, you yourself have to be a believer. We're not forcing Muslims in, because Muslims won't even go anywhere near that, a Christian school. We're not forcing anyone to be Christian. Why are Muslims trying to force people to be Muslim? Makes you think, doesn't it? Oh, submission. That's what Islam means. You must submit to a false god, false prophet. Sure. This isn't about mutual respect. This is about softening up a generation, breaking their confidence in their own heritage, their own history, their own civilization, and making them more compliant to slow, creeping spread of an alien ideology. Children in England should be taught freedom, strength, and pride in their country, not submission, veiling, and obedience to a religion they do not belong to. This is a betrayal of our children, and every parent who accepts it without a fight is helping hand Britain over to those who despise it. Our politicians being the ones who despise it, I'll have you know. The Muslim imams and preachers and whatever else, they've told us exactly what they want. When will we start listening? More evidence of indoctrination. Again, when will we wake up? You guys take care, you be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.